How a horde of frogs took over our school in one day. Okay, so this happened a couple of years ago, and I still can't believe it, but I guess it's funny now. Here's the story of how frogs almost took over our school in what can only be described as an amphibian apocalypse. It was a normal day in English class when I heard a strange ribbit. After a while, I heard another ribbit followed by a thump. I looked up, and there was a frog sitting on the window, staring at me. At first, everyone thought it was a prank. Like, maybe some senior class decided to surprise us with some frogs, and honestly, that was still more believable than whatever actually happened. Things got real fast. The frogs were chilling with the students, they were everywhere. By the time the bell rang for the second period, there were so many frogs in our classroom that Mrs. Hernandez was actively avoiding stepping on them while trying to get to her desk. The hallways were even worse. Frogs were hopping around like it was some kind of natural disaster. It was like a scene from a movie, except, with frogs. Big, green, slime-covered, frogs, and it gets better. We weren't just dealing with a few frogs, no. A full-scale frog rebellion was happening. The cafeteria was officially frog central. I heard from a friend in line that a frog had jumped into someone's lunch tray and started eating their mashed potatoes. This is where things got funny. The cafeteria workers, instead of doing anything about the situation, they didn't do anything about it, like they were not paid enough for this. I wish I was making this up. By the time the principal got on the PA system to announce that there was an unexpected wildlife situation, it was clear that this was no prank. No one knew where these frogs had come from or how they had invaded the school like this, but they were taking over. Teachers held up desks to block frogs from entering their classrooms, and some students even tried to herd them out the back doors with brooms. Spoiler alert, it didn't work. Eventually, animal control showed up, but by then, the frogs had claimed the entire school. They were everywhere, on desks, in hallways, in lockers, even inside the principal's office when animal control tried to catch them, but to no avail. Long story short, the school was closed for the rest of the day while the cleanup crew had to physically remove frogs from every room and hallway.